Hello my lovely, welcome back to my channel and to my swatching video of the Caran Neocolor II Aquarelle water-soluble wax crayons. And just to let you know, as you open the tin, the smell of these crayons is just gorgeous. Starting this video, I was still in rehab, but I started swatching the provided color chart from Caran. So the lighting situation was not ideal, and also my camera kept cutting out. Anyway, I filled the top of the hexagon with the base color, and then later on used a brush to dissolve the color and to wash it out into a wash. So you see me doing the first two rows, and then I had enough from switching back my camera and so on, and I did all the swatches, and I'll show you a picture of it later. Also, I decided to do another set of swatches when I get home, and this is what I will show you next. I'm pointing out here that I messed up the white field. I tried to lay down black for white, silver, gold and bronze to show how opaque the colors are, and it somehow dissolved, so it's not very clear actually. As you can see, the color chart has the light fastness rating on it, and that is a rather good thing. And next up, the swatches in a larger format on a simple chart that I just drew up. So you see, I'm just drawing another triangle in the mass tone, and then I will later on wash it out with water so that we can see the color range. And I will also just put down the English name at the bottom right once I've finished drawing out a column. And from here on out, I'm going to speed up the process by about 6 times, so it's not too long, as the video is very long indeed already. When I put the water to the paper later on, I will leave the video in real time so you can see how lovely the crayon pigment takes to the paper and washes out, and enjoy the full color experience. As in my previous unboxing and swatching video, I will leave a timestamp in the description below so you can jump right ahead to whatever you want to see in the video and don't have to go through the whole of the swatching if that's not of interest to you. In hindsight, I've noticed that I'm off camera quite a few times during this video, and I hope you accept my apology for that. Of course, I will show all the colors in a more detailed shot at the end. So now we're getting to the white, and what I did was put down some felt tip in black to show how opaque the white is, and in hindsight I remember to put one for the silver, gold and bronze, and of course it wasn't dry yet, so I made another huge mess. What I can say though is that the white is not completely opaque, and as are the other crayons. And on white paper that's a really good thing, because you always have the luminosity of the white paper to help make the colors glow. So we are onto the next tray now, and swatching out the pastel colors. I'm in love with all of them. I just don't know which one I prefer or which ones would be my favorites. Just today I watched another video of someone swatching, and yeah, I picked the colors according to the subject that I'm trying to picture and draw. So that's it. I love all the colors. What surprised me is that the ultramarine that I just drew out there only has a 1-star rating for light fastness. The other thing you may notice is that some of the crayons look white until you brush away the white, and that is because it was very warm and the wax kind of blooms on the pencil or on the crayon, and it's just a very thin layer of wax. That's all. It's not a fault or anything that takes away from the color. And of course, in the meantime, I have used the crayons for quite a few things, and they don't wear down that much, but these do look used, so their points are not 100% pointed anymore. But if you use the pen and turn it while you do, then you will keep quite a good point. They don't wear off as quickly as you would think, so I think they are worth the money, and I'm glad I bought the set. So I'm using a flat brush from Marabou that doesn't hold too much water, and dabbing off the first drop so that I don't flood my little swatch. So I've started with the pale yellow, then lemon yellow, and now on to canary yellow. And I must say, it's really bright. Onto the yellow. It does look a little darker, just a tiny hint darker, but I don't think it shows here. Now the golden yellow, that's a completely different story. It does wash out very nicely into a very bright yellow with the golden undertone. So here we have the orange, and that has a light fast rating of 2. The light fast orange, in contrast, has a rating of 3, as did all the other yellows except for the golden yellow. Onto flame red, and that also has a light fast rating of 2. Vermilion, light fast rating of 3. and the light cadmium red that has a rating of 3. Scarlet also has a rating of 3. On to the ruby red, which has a light fast rating of 3. And Carmine Lake, as you'd expect from a pink color, only has a rating of 1. The Crimson Alizarin, or Alizarin Crimson as I would call it, has a rating of 3. And Burnt Sienna with a rating of 3 as well. All the earth colors should have a high light fast rating, and so does the English red. The saffron, on the other hand, only has a rating of 1. As does the russet. Cinnamon has a rating of 2. And raw sienna also has a rating of 2. Onto the golden ochre, which also has a rating of 2. Now the ochre has a rating of 1. As does the olive brown. The next color is aptly named olive, and it has 2 stars. Also, the umber has 2 stars. And Van Dyke Brown, also with 2 stars. Brown with 2 stars. And I'm very sorry once again, I'm off the page, so I didn't show the Toledo Brown, which also has 2 stars. So we're straight into the black with 3 stars, charcoal grey with 3 stars, and now sepia, which has a rating of 2 stars. Payne's grey with 3 stars. And you can see the color payoff is quite good. Grayish black. This has 3 stars. Dark grey with 2 stars. Onto grey, which also has 2 stars. Then beige with 2 stars. Light grey with 2 stars. Silver grey with 3 stars. And white with 3 stars. Trying to cover up the black. The silver has 3 stars, and it does need a bit of coaxing to move. Doesn't seem ready to want to move much. The gold, or the yellow pigment of the gold, really does move quite well though. It has 2 stars. The bronze also moves quite well, and it has 2 stars. So Sahara yellow has 3 stars. My voice seems to be going. And you can see by the white patches of the following colors that I made a mistake in writing the name. So I corrected it with some correction fluid. And the color we just saw is the previous color is orangish yellow with 3 stars, and here I've swatched apricot with 3 stars, and now swatching flesh with 2 stars light rating. The salmon has 3 stars, and it's a lovely peachy color, I would say. The salmon pink we're on now has 3 stars, and this is the pink, and pink has 2 stars. This is purple, and it has 3 stars. And purple violet with 1 star. And the color payoff is quite good on both. This is mauve with 1 star. Lilac 1 star. Violet, 1 star. Aubergine, 3 stars. And indigo, and that has 2 stars and has a huge payoff, as you can just about see. Sorry about that once again. Now on to the blues, and yeah, I had a little bit too much water on the brush there, and the color payoff is quite good. And this is Prussian blue, and that comes with a rating of 3 stars. It's Night Blue. Night Blue has 2 stars. And now Royal Blue, which has 2 stars. I'm not sure about the color order, don't know what the criteria are, because that seems to be very purplish. Now on to the surprising ultramarine, which only has 1 star, and the sapphire blue, which has 3. Blue also has 3 stars. And cobalt blue with 3 stars. Light blue with 3 stars. And periwinkle with 1 star. Lovely color though. Actually it's periwinkle blue, that's what it's called. Now for sky blue with 1 star. And light cobalt blue with 3 stars. Turquoise blue with 2 stars. Turquoise, 1 star. And almost off camera, Veronese green. Oh, Veronese green with 3 stars. Now for the more earthy greens, we have chromium oxide green with 3 stars. Moss green with 3 stars. Dark green, 3 stars. Greenish blue with 3 stars. And malachite with 3 stars. Emerald green with 3 stars. Phthalo cyanide green with 3 stars. Grass green with 3 stars. Bright green with 3 stars. And yellow green, also 3 stars. Light olive, 2 stars. And this is a yellow named Chinese green, which has 3 stars. Very nice color, especially with the range of colors surrounding it right now. Onto lime green, which has 3 stars. And last but not least, jade green with 3 stars. So in summary, I would say all of these colors have subtle differences, if either in mass tone or in the washed out tone, so they all have their justification in this collection. And just giving you a little bit of a close-up here. By the way, I'm using watercolor paper, which is from Fabriano. It's just a 25% cotton paper that I always use for my swatches, and that does show off granulation very well. In this case, of course, you can see it's just the pattern of the paper. I don't think you would have any granulation in these colors. But to be honest, I've only drawn with them and washed out the water like I did with the swatches, and I haven't diluted it that much to achieve granulation, if you know what I mean. So let me know which ones your favorite colors are, if you have any, and I look forward to reading from you what you think. So please comment below and leave a like if you don't mind. Please do. Please check out the links in the video description, because I'm planning to take a photograph and post a high-res photo on Flickr, so you can see all the swatches and also the color chart from Caran on there for your perusal. I know it's not perfect, but I think it would be a good guide to have if you're looking to buy the crayons separately, which is of course the better alternative if you don't want to splash out. So here I'm starting my drawing, and as you can see, the color radiates off this grape toned paper, and I'm starting out quite good in my view and sketching out this tree that I photographed while I was in rehab, because they have a botanical garden there we visited once. The tree is called Rotaria paniculata in Latin, and that is a Chinese lantern tree, or Blasenesche in German, which is quite a funny name. But the tree was standing in a ray of sunshine, and all these little bubbles or lanterns were glowing, so it was quite a sight, I must say. Unfortunately, my camera didn't focus for some reason, and I didn't notice it at the time, so I have no photos that are in focus, and hence I wanted to do the drawing. So I was planning to keep the drawing loose, and that's how I started, as you can see. And I think it's recognizable, so I'm starting to draw a background, which would have not been necessary in hindsight, but then I kind of got the idea that I wanted to highlight the highlights with the gouache that I just bought. And I started, this is where I'm diluting the crayons with water. And so anyway, I started using the gouache, and I couldn't get the impression of the little facets of the skin, which was glowing. And so I started dabbing. And in the end, I was fussing so much with this picture that I spent ages, and I failed at my attempt to draw something loose with the crayons, as that's what they are for, isn't it? Yeah, I used all the supplies that I received with my Gerstecker package. And now, showing you an overview, I did some swatches on the card as well, and wrote out the Latin name freehand actually. And yeah, so this is the very detailed loose sketch of the Chinese lantern tree. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you staying until the end and bearing with me. And please leave a like, as I said, and subscribe to my channel so you can see my next upload, which will most likely be something to do with October, Inktober or October. And I'll see you then. Take care of yourselves and do what you love. Bye for now. Ta-da!